One is great, but no more than twice. Otherwise, and by the way, the word appreciation and gratitude, that's thank you.
Okay.
So you don't say thank you and then say I have great gratitude and then I really appreciate. That's thank you again and again and again. That's just, you might as well just stand on the street corner below their house and say thank you, thank you, thank you. Extra, extra, extra. Read all about it. Okay. Number 2.
Good.
One never asks a question or requests a favor. This happens to me all the time, and it completely ruins the thank you note. Somebody sends me a resume and then tells me a sob story. I'm like, okay, I'll do it this time. And then they send a thank you note and say, hey, by the way, what do you think of the new resume? And they've got it folded up inside there.
Like, it's folded up inside the card.
Yeah. I don't know why people do it. It doesn't matter why. Actually, I think it's because if someone, it's becoming rarer and rarer, or more rare. Sorry, it's becoming more and more rare for people to do favors for folks. It seems like our discourse has become more coarse, so to speak, and so someone who is willing to do a favor is perceived as an open purse, if you will, an easy mark.
But after you're saying thank you to somebody, to end it by creating some obligation on the recipient's end,
Yeah, particularly somebody who's already done a favor, because if they feel obligated, they're going to try to do something about it, and it just completely negates it. It just completely takes away the joy they feel for saying thank. I mean, Napoleon said, the things a man will do for a bit of colored ribbon. Well, the things some of us will do just for a thank you note. Please say thank you. That's all I ask. Okay, number 3, it's never too late. And I'm serious about this. Never. That would be to the end of time, till the universe collapses into a single point of unity. Okay, never. Weeks, months, years, never. If you remember it, simply add a sentence to your first paragraph saying, I know this is long overdue, but I wanted you to know I think of this experience often, period. Or I think of your gift often, or I think of the time we spent together often. Yeah. Simple. Okay. Very simple. Very simple. You're never off the hook. You owe thank you notes to people for things you did in the 4th grade. That obligation is never removed. That obligation is never removed. It's a reminder in there's a joke in the etiquette circles among gentlemen and ladies, which is a dinner obligation is such a sacred trust that were one to be murdered beforehand, one's executioner must attend in one's stead. Yeah. So your the executor of your will, your executor of your estate will be required to send all the thank you notes that you owe someone.
Wow. Well, my executor is going to be
busy.
Pretty busy.
Mine too.
Unfortunately.
Part of that is because we benefited enormously from other people helping us throughout our lives. So we have a lot of people to thank. Number 4, handwritten really is best, even if your handwriting is not wonderful. Typing does take away some of the sentiment you're trying to convey. It's okay to type it, but handwriting is better. And if that means you have to slow down a little bit and you cross through a couple because it's ugly, because you've gotten used to writing chicken scratch at work, and many of us have, do it again and go slower. People appreciate it.
Yeah.
I got one in pencil once. Not in pencil. Pen, please.
Yeah. Better than nothing, but
yeah, it's better than nothing. Right. So that's it. Those are our 4 general guidelines. And now can we get to content, which is what everybody's here for? Sure.
Yeah, okay,
let's go. First of all, 3 paragraphs. We recommend this to avoid long letters. My gosh, I've gotten some masterful ones, 4 or 5 pages.
Like long podcasts.
Yeah. Oh, nice. I'll talk fast. Or terribly short notes. While any thank you note is, better than none at all, save one with lots of questions and issues unrelated to appreciation, I guess. The worst one I ever got was one sentence: "Thank you for what you did for me." And of course, I couldn't read the person's handwriting on the small little note, so I literally did not know who had sent that to me.
Most of our listeners are probably going, "There's no behavior there. That's not good feedback."
Yeah. Oh, but please, let's be clear. This is not feedback. We're not trying to get this person to do more of it. We're expressing genuine human joy at someone else's willingness to help us. That's all. It's not feedback. But you're right, there is no behavior there. 3 paragraphs. Most people are terrible at segregating their ideas into sentences, let alone paragraphs. So we use paragraphs as the construct. It allows each idea you're going to present to really stand on its own. Shorter sentences and paragraphs, when communicating something so basic as appreciation, are always better. Okay? So let's get to the paragraphs. Paragraph 1 is 1 sentence long in which you say thank you specifically. Literally. I just want to make this clear. 1 sentence. A 1-sentence paragraph is absolutely unambiguous about its meaning and intent. You are saying thank you. Okay? And the way one says thank you is to, well, actually say the words thank you. Okay? You do not say I'm writing to. That's redundant. They know that you're writing. You actually say thank you for. You do not say I'd like to say thank you or I would like to thank you for, because you're not actually liking it. You are actually doing it. You're saying thank you for. Okay.
Unless, of course, you're thanking them and you're really not liking it, but we'll just leave that off.
Oh my gosh, yeah. You're on fine form tonight, sir. Some first sentence examples. Thank you for taking the time to interview me earlier today. Period. Thank you for your generous gift of the book Visioneering. Period. Thank you for arranging my travels so flawlessly over the past 15 years. Period. Thank you for hosting me for dinner last night. Period. And for those of our international listeners, that word period, I'm just putting period. That's the end of the sentence. It's not an actual word in the sentence. Okay? It's that simple. Okay?
Okay. So paragraph 1's pretty easy. How about paragraph 2?
Yeah. 2 sentences. Double the trouble. Okay? And the purpose of this paragraph is to personalize the note. 2 sentences that make it so that there's no way the recipient would feel they're getting a templatized, standardized, you could write this to anybody kind of note. Your sentiment
that would be bad.
Yeah, your sentiment should be specific to you, to them, and to the gift, whatever it might have been that they provided. And remember, I use the word gift not in physical sense, but in terms of an extension of themselves on your behalf. For instance, the time you spent on my behalf made my travel life so much easier. I'll always remember getting a limo from Savannah to Atlanta to make that speech in Sioux Falls. True story, actually. I really enjoyed discussing the firm's plans for China. It's clear that we're going places, and I'm lucky to be involved. The steak was great. The company was even better, and I felt right at home. Note here that we avoid commas. If you've got a comma in a sentence, it's likely you could make it into 2 sentences, and it would work even better. So if you find yourself with a long sentence with a comma and an and in the middle of it, and you don't know how to get a second sentence out of your paragraph, you already have the second sentence. It's after the comma and after the and. Change the comma for a period, look at your verbiage, and you could probably change a word or 2 around, and then you have 2 sentences and you're done. Paragraph 3 simply restates your appreciation. The best thing here is 1 sentence, and let's be clear, that means you can write a thank you note in 4 sentences that is specific, clear, heartfelt, warm, and effective. So the best thing is 1 sentence, and wishing them well. And it sounds like this. Again, you have my thanks and best wishes. Or, I appreciate everything and look forward to many more years of working together with you. Or, I'm in your debt, and I look forward to returning the favor. That's it.
Yeah, pretty brief. I think for some people, it'll be good to remember that, because I think people sometimes make it out to be a much larger chore than it is, and they just don't do it. So.
Yeah, exactly. And then point 5, I want to mention, you can do better than this. Look, we're giving you a formula. It works. It works all the time. When I have 20 to write, I use this formula. Okay? It takes away your excuse for not knowing what to say or how to write it or what's too short or too long. But look, the ones that follow the template are not going to be the best thank you notes you'll ever write. Once you use this to get started, you'll become better over time. As you practice, allow the notes to gradually become more an expression of yourself, as long as that helps you express your appreciation. You don't want to express yourself at the expense of your appreciation. The purpose of the note is to express appreciation, not to express yourself. At some point in your life, you might choose to say to a close friend, Michael, Your recent gift meant a great deal to me. I'm not much for the things of this world, but books are my one exception. Both of the books you have made an impact on me already. Every time I read your kind inscriptions, I will be reminded of your friendship, which helps me feel that I have lived a life of integrity. When people like you choose to associate with me, I know I'm on God's path for me with this life. With respect, Mark. You could write one like that. As long
Sounds
as
like you may have already.
As long as you understand the purpose of one and you've written thousands of them following the template, then you feel more comfortable about knowing how to express yourself accurately and succinctly, ultimately to show appreciation for someone who did something for you. And that's it. Start with a formula, some store-bought cards, and as time and income and your job permit, make your thank you notes more ones that people will treasure. Although, as we've said before, Mike and I treasure ones that are store-bought and are 4 sentences long in 3 paragraphs. You and the person who receives your cards and your career will be better for it. Period.
Wow. That's
Okay.
awesome.
Yeah. So, quick overview again. Materials. Store-bought is okay. No excuse there. Go out and get some. An upgrade is well worth it. We definitely feel that's a good thing, but it's not a reason not to do it. General guidelines are you say thank you only twice. You never ask a question or request a favor. It is never too late to the end of time. And handwritten is still best. And if you have to write it twice, so be it. And then as far as content, 3 paragraphs. 1 sentence for paragraph 1 in which you say thank you specifically. Paragraph 2 is 2 sentences which personalize the note. And paragraph 3 restates your appreciation. And remember, over time, you will get better as long as you write a lot of thank you notes, which is generally would make the world a better place. Why shouldn't we do it for that reason alone? That's it.
This is great. I love this because, matter of fact, as soon as I get home from my trip here, I think I'll sit down and write a few thank you notes that I've delayed on just way too long.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
We'll see you later.
Thanks, partner.
Bye-bye. Well, there you go. Thank you notes in under 30 minutes. Now, after listening to this, how about sitting down and going and writing that note you've been thinking about for the past 60 days? One note before we go. A common question that we get goes something like this. Hey, I know you've done more than 61 podcasts. Yes, we've done over 100 of them. But I don't see them in iTunes. How do I get them? Well, first you can go to the archive section of the website. You'll see a link on the left-hand side of the Manager Tools homepage labeled appropriately, List All Podcasts. And from there you can browse the podcast of your choice. Right-click the link and download the MP3 file to your desktop. And then if you want, you can drag it into your podcatcher of choice, iTunes, for example. But wait, there is an easier way. Yes, get all of the podcasts in iTunes automatically. Now, how do you do that, you ask? Well, it's easy. Simply sign up as a registered member. It's free and it's easy. And the link to do so is right there at the top of the homepage, top right corner to be exact. Now, once you do that, you'll get access to the members-only RSS feed that contains not only all the weekly podcasts, but the monthly members-only podcast as well, all in one easy-to-use feed. Once you register, you'll find instructions on how to add it to iTunes in the registered member section of the website. If you haven't already, you may want to just check this out. So, with that little hint, we're done. We'll see you all next week. So long.